Hello there, music fans. How's it going? I'm back here for another video. It's been a long time since the last one. This time here I'm going to show my metal cassettes. Alright, so I don't have that many, I have much more CDs and vinyl than I do cassettes. My cassette buying era was around the late 80s and the very beginning of the 90s, because that's when I started buying CDs. Alright, so it was a very short period. I do have some, and cassettes are not really my preferred format for listening, because as you know, of the formats, CDs and vinyls and cassettes are the ones that are more prone to technical difficulties. But even so, I kept them around. I didn't throw them away like many people did, and most of them sound pretty good. Others are having the sound sounds a bit muffled, and when they tear or they rip, I just throw them away and I upgrade it to a CD if the music is worth it. All right, so let's take a look at my metal on cassette collection. I'm going to turn the camera around so we can get a better look at the covers. All right, guys, let's get this party started with the metal cassette collection. We'll start out here with a couple of compilation albums. Here we have the Metal Years, the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, the Metal Years. All right, I had already shown this in my soundtracks on cassette collection. In fact, many of these I have already shown in my various artist spotlight collections. But we'll just look at them again here. And there we go. There's a pretty good compilation here. Let's see. We got some Alice, Faster Pussycat, Motorhead, Armored Saint. All right. Lizzie Borden, Queensryche, pretty good. Another compilation we have here are the Metal Masters. All right, Bon Jovi, Stryper, Twisted Sister, Yngwie, Scorpions, Kiss, Vinnie Vincent, Invasion. Right there we have a compilation both with Vinnie Vincent and the Kiss. Here, Metal Masters, and these are going to be in no particular order, because unlike my CDs and the vinyl, I don't have these organized by band or alphabetized. I just have them all together in one big box. Here we have Candlemass, Ancient Dreams. All right, some classic doom metal right there for you. Candlemass, pretty good album. Keel, hair band from back in the day. Really good singer, some decent songs. White Lion, Big Game. All right, love this cover. Also a really good album. Kind of an underrated band, from the hair metal bands, or if you want to call them that, 80s bands. Really good vocals, really good guitar playing, really good songs here, and not too hard rockin' or metal, but yes, some quality music. Here we have a Kiss, Crazy Nights. Of course, I have this on vinyl. There we go. A Mexican metal band. I live here in Mexico. This is called Luzbel. Now, the name Luzbel means Lucifer. Here we have La Rebelión de los Desgraciados. All right. Which means the rebellion of the unfortunate. Here we have double Wasp live album, which is Double Live Assassins. This is in fact a 2 cassette set. I have the other one around there somewhere. Live set by Wasp. I had already shown this one in my Aussie spotlight, which this is just Say Aussie, an EP. And we have Whitesnake, self-titled, right there. A classic album, of course. I don't know if I have this on CD. I believe I don't. Metal band from Argentina, which I recently saw live, and I do have an artist spotlight for them, which is a Rata Blanca. All right, this one is Entre el Cielo y el Infierno, which is not one of their famous albums, because this one does not have what is considered their classic singer. You know, not their original singer, but the singer that they are most associated with. This one has another singer that has a much more, not a power metal voice, but a much more rougher voice. But still a decent album. We got here a couple of Stripers. We got the Hell with the Devil, one of the most popular albums, as well as In God We Trust. Really cool cover right there. Okay. I really do need to upgrade these two to the CD or to vinyl if I can find it. Another one here by the Mexican band Luzbel, which is Otra Vez. That means again. Let's grab some more here. Let's continue here with the band Tesseract, which is a band here from the north of Mexico. They were kind of a very, shall we say, pop metal, you know, pop hard rock. Some pretty good melodies. And you want your old school metal? Well, here it is, Grim Reaper. All right, it's a rocky to hell. Another one from the Mexican band Luzbel, and holy crap, are these dirty. This one here is Evangelio Nocturno. All right. Classic one from Slayer, South of Heaven. Not really much into Slayer, you know, but this is one of the one album that I really like. South of Heaven, especially the title track. A band that back in the 80s, a Mexican band that back in the 80s, you know, was poised to get big, though they never were. This is Cristal y Acero, what that means, crystal and steel. And this one's called La Bella y la Bestia, The Beauty and the Beast. All right, it's a hard rock with a little bit of metal. Some progressive Mexican rock here with Ente, Al filo del tiempo, which means at the edge of time. This is also a band here from the north of Mexico where I live. Some classic stuff here with a really dirty cover. We have Omen, Teeth of the Hydra, and I remember I bought this one at a truck stop, if you can believe it. Yes, that's where I bought it back in the day. I just thought the name was cool, the cover was cool. You know what? That's as good a reason as any. The Best of Omen, Teeth of the Hydra. Or is it Hydra? One that I have on CD, which is a real dead one by Iron Maiden. Classic one here, Let There Be Rock by AC/DC, the soundtrack to the movie, which I have on a DVD, even though I do not have this particular one on CD. So I really have to upgrade the music for that movie. Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Forest, was this his first solo album? I do not know. It may have been. A band you don't hear much about, Lion, Dangerous Attraction. All right, hard rock from the 80s. And some classic stuff. Witchkiller, Day of the Saxons. More classic metal with Leatherwolf. Leatherwolf is this, I believe, self-titled? Yes. The best metal band to come out of LA. You know, it's got some reviews there on the cover itself. The triple axe attack is great. Did they have 3 guitarists? I cannot recall that. Destined for a long and successful run in the rock world. Well, not really. Savage metal, says the LA Times. And yes, pretty good stuff here. Oh man, great album. Absolutely great. Metal Church, Blessing in Disguise. Another one I really have to upgrade to CD or to vinyl if I find it. Okay, really, really good stuff here by Metal Church. One of their best. Speaking of one of their best, we have Armored Saint here, Symbol of Salvation. This album is just great through and through. Another one that I really need to upgrade to a CD. All right, and I believe this one was reissued recently with some bonus tracks, so I gotta get that one. Some more here from my local metal band, Cassette. This is a really good thrash metal. This was their first album, called by fans the Black Album. Now this one came out before the Metallica's Black Album, so they didn't copy that. Even though there have been many bands with albums which are called the Black Album. Really good thrash metal here. We have Dokken here, and it is Beast from the East. Okay, their live album, and again another one that I have to upgrade to CD. And I recently bought on Amazon Mexico, their new live album, which I believe is called Return to the East or something like that. All right, I haven't gotten it yet. It hasn't arrived, but I'm looking forward to that one. Let's now grab another bunch. Now two more here from Kiss. First we have here this greatest hits compilation, which is smashes, thrashes, and hits, which I do have on a CD. All right, this one concentrates well on the classic era and also on the non-makeup era here. Of course, you have the usual suspects right there with Let's Put the X in Sex and You Make Me Rock Hard, which I believe were new tracks here on this compilation. All right, smashes, thrashes, and hits with the late Eric Carr right there on the cover. All right, another Kiss one, which was Kiss Alive 3. This one came, of course, it was also during the non-makeup era. Has Eric Singer on drums and Bruce Kulick on guitar. It has a pretty good set list. And the curious thing about this cassette, I do have this on CD, is that it does have a bonus track that is exclusive to the cassette, which is, let me see if I can find it, Take It Off, which is track number 4 on side 2. So that one is exclusive to the cassette. It's not on the CD version, at least not the one that I have. Whoops. And now here, a really good Scorpions album, which is often overlooked, which is Savage Amusement. And look at that cover. It's a really great cover. And I recently got this one on vinyl. So I've already upgraded this one. And on vinyl, the cover looks really, really nice. Savage Amusement, a really, really good album. A lot of great tracks here. Don't Stop at the Top, Rhythm of Love, which was a video that they made, When Passion Rules the Game. A lot of good stuff here. Check it out if you haven't heard of this Scorpions album. And also here we have the band Alias, which I believe, yes, it is a self-titled Alias. This is a band that I don't know much about, and in fact I can't remember when I bought this, or even if I bought it myself or my brother bought it. All right, but I recently listened to it, and it's pretty good. Some hard rock, right? Not yet metal, just some good hard rock here. Alias, 80s style hard rock, but done very well. Let's continue here with the excellent Spanish metal band. That means from Spain, Ángeles del Infierno, which means Hell's Angels. This is a really, really good classic metal. Very much Judas Priest inspired, but a really great song. This is a best of that band, Ángeles del Infierno. Even if you don't speak Spanish, I highly recommend this band. If you like Priest, you're gonna love this. Here's one that I forgot to show when I did my Dio collection, even though I did show a picture of it. It is Lock Up the Wolves, which I only have on cassette. I need to upgrade to CD. All right, a decent album. It's the one that has that really super young guitarist with them. All right, Lock Up the Wolves by Dio, always good. Here we have one where the cassette case is broken and missing. Here we have A Slip of the Tongue by Whitesnake, okay, which I believe was their follow-up to their self-titled album. Okay, Fool for Your Lovin', a hit from here. Kittens Got Claws. Let's continue with more of my local metal scene here with Cafra. Here, Las víboras cambian de piel, which means snakes shed their skin. A more classic thrash metal here. From a band from my very own city. I know I have seen these guys live many times, and they're still around, you know, still rocking. Here we have some hard rock from Coda. This is a very light hard rock, you know, almost one could say AOR type, you know, very melodic with some pretty good songs. Saw these guys live once as well. And another band that I've seen live many times, this is the vocalist from the band Luzbel, which I've previously shown in this very video. This is Huizar. Arturo Huizar is the vocalist of that band, and he made several solo albums. This one is Pecado Capital, which means capital sin. And another one, which is this one is Al Final del Segundo Milenio, which means at the end of the second millennium, by Huizar, the band. That's the singer right there. Okay, so he decided to make a band with his own last name, just like Dokken or Bon Jovi. Another one by Huizar. This is El Emisario, the emissary. And curiously, it has here the neo metal, which I don't know if he was trying to invent a new genre right there. Let's move it along here with the classic Back in Black. Of course, I have this one on CD. I showed it in my AC/DC collection video. Back in Black. A couple from a really good metal band here in Mexico that unfortunately does not exist anymore. It's Ramses. This is Guerrero del Metal, a metal warrior. Some really good classic metal here. Another one from the same band, Ramses. It is Pon tu cerebro a remojar, which means soak your brain. All right. Soak your brain. That's what the title of this album is, by Ramses. Here's one from the progressive metal veterans, Rush. I do have this one on CD. It's Presto. Really underrated album in my opinion. Presto by Rush. One of the very last cassettes I ever bought, you know, when I had my cassette buying era. And here's the other one from Wasp, Double Live Assassins, you know, the companion to that 2 cassette set. And I believe that is all. Oh no, excuse me. We have, shall we say, the best for last? Black Sabbath Headless Cross here. I do not have this one on CD, and it is a bit hard to find. A really underrated album here with Tony Martin on vocals. You know, I believe this is the only one that I need to complete my, well, 2. I'm going to talk about that here shortly. That I need to complete all my Sabbath collection either on a CD or vinyl. Alright, so this is the only one that I only have it on cassette. This one I do have on CD, which is Cross Purposes. Alright. Pretty cool cover right there. And speaking of Sabbath, here on my channel you have not seen the artist spotlight on Black Sabbath. You know, even though I do have almost their entire discography. When I say almost, because I am missing their latest one, their live album, The End. Alright, when I do get it, I'm going to post a video of the Black Sabbath collection, which I do have complete. Alright, so the reason I haven't gotten it is because it is a bit pricey. Here in Mexico, whenever I see it, it is quite pricey. So, but if I get it at a decent price, I will make that video. Okay, well that is it for my metal on cassette collection. I do have more stuff on cassette, you know, some soundtracks, some hard rock, you know, some regular rock, you know, but this is all my metal. Thank you very much for watching, and so long.